Good afternoon, collectors. Happy December.
Right.
Doesn't seem possible it's December, does it?
I did not think it was December 1st.
It is.
Until I
It's
had to look at the calendar and change them all.
You know, you just lift the page.
I know, but we have like 5 calendars around the building, so.
You have to
that's part
change
of
them
my
all.
job.
Okay.
Changing the page.
Okay. I know a lot of you are busy putting the finishing touches on your village displays and table vignettes, but there's still time to sit back and have a cup of your favorite brew and spend some time with us this afternoon.
Where's my favorite brew?
Where's your favorite brew? It's in the refrigerator, Rick. You were supposed to bring your own.
Okay, we'll work from there.
We'll work from there? Okay. Lots going on here at Department 56. We're getting ready for 2020, or 2023, if we can we say that?
Well, what we could say is that we have 2023 catalog just went to the printer.
Yes.
So that's coming out. And in the meantime, we're working on January 2024.
So you have to be very careful of what you say so you don't spill the beans on anything.
24?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Is it?
Yeah. We're about halfway through, but so we always try to be a year to a year and a half ahead of time to give everybody the time we need, and we still get crunched at the end.
Okay.
If you talk to Kelly, I need the catalog proofs done.
Well, and speaking of the catalogs, those will be ready and up online, available for you to purchase probably by mid-January. So not too far from now, about 6 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So the last day to order parts in order to receive them in time for Christmas is December 16th. And if you saw our little elves in back, you would know how busy we are. We have been working overtime trying to get all those parts orders out, but we're working on it. We're getting better every day. If you've got questions, call customer service. You can call them at 800-548-8696, and they should be able to answer most of your questions. If you're having trouble finding things in your local stores, do take advantage of looking at our platinum retailers that are listed online. Many of those do ship, and if you give them a call and tell them what you're looking for and find out if they've got it in stock, most of them will be happy to get it shipped to you. So those are just some little tips we got. Let's talk about our auction. Should we talk about our auction, Rick? It's going to start at 4:30 this afternoon. Right after this broadcast, there will be a link posted here on Facebook, or you can go directly to our website and see the photos and descriptions of everything that's going to be in the auction. And Rick's our creative director, said he would share a few of the items with us and a few stories about some of the pieces, just to let you know about some of the things he found in his office. And as many of you do know, this will be the last time we have Rick with us. I'm going to cry about this one.
Oh.
Well, it's kind of sad. Rick and I have worked together for about 25 years. You've been here 25 years now?
Yeah, just about.
Just about. Rick, our creative director, is going to retire at the end of the month. And while we're at it, why don't we talk about this before we get started with the auction?
Well, the last time you can get replacement parts is December 16th. And the last time you can talk to me as in the office will be December 16th.
Okay.
So maybe we could do a double.
Okay.
I'll take an order.
Are we going to talk about this piece? Let's
Yeah.
talk about this piece.
This piece.
Rick has a wicked sense of humor.
So this piece will be coming out for our December 23 introduction, right?
January 23.
January. What did I say?
December.
Oh, the old days.
Yeah.
So this will be coming out January 2023, and I do a lot of the product naming, and this one is 1231 Dunn Street, D-U-N-N Street. And
It went right past me the first time I saw the name.
I know, so 1231 is my official last day I'll be done, so that's where the 1231 Dunn Street comes from. So
every time we read that now, we can think of Rick. So
Yes.
this is Rick's house.
And Melinda will shed a tear.
Or 3.
So that's where the title came from.
And this is for the original Snow Village.
Yep.
It's really a cute piece. Scott designed it.
Yes, this is one of his
It's a little different than some of the ones that we've had in Snow Village. I really like it with a raised basement. Is that what you call that?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know the specific, but yeah, so.
I thought it was really, really a cute piece. And
Yeah, it's a
kind of
clean design. It's got the die-cast railings and things like that. I think it'll be a nice piece, and I think we're also looking for a price point of difference on some of the other pieces. So I think that will help.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Someone
Good.
wants to know if Rick got to color the house.
It's almost like Rick got to.
Someone's wondering if Rick chose the colors for the
Did
house.
you choose the colors?
You know, I should just say yes, but no. Yes, these colors were pretty much off. To come clean, when Scott presented this art to me and I was processing it to ship to overseas, I think it was 1056 56th Street type of a thing, and that's when I changed the title. So.
Did you wake up in the middle of the night and say, let's call it 1231 Dunn Street?
Not quite, but so I didn't want to really stomp on it, not only change the name, but change the colors. But I agree, hopefully I'm agreeing with the caller, is I thought it was a nice color.
Oh, it's
Nice
very
colorway.
Scandinavian looking.
Oh, there's that.
There is that, yes. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the charity that you chose for our auction.
Oh, right.
We have 26 items that will be posted in our auction site, and you will have from now until the end of December 14th to bid on them, and then you'll get email notice of if you were the highest bidder. And after we've tallied all the results, we will probably do a little brief Facebook posting, and maybe I'll just come on and tell you how much we have raised, and then we will have a check for Rick to present to his favorite charity, and tell us a little bit about it, Rick.
Well, hopefully everybody is aware of Habitat for Humanity. I think it was 1984 when I got my first house, a village house, Dickens Village. So I've been collecting houses before I started here. And I've also started at Habitat for Humanity before I started working here. So I've been involved with a village and with Habitat for much longer than the 25 years. Habitat for Humanity is an international corporation. I believe it's still down in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. America's Georgia.
America's Georgia, Jimmy Carter. And so what I thought was unique was that Department 56 started in 1976,
Correct.
and as did Habitat for Humanity. So what I do is I'm in charge of the Habitat program through our church, and I think this last year was the 32nd year that we've been involved with Habitat for Humanity. The Twin Cities Habitat for Humanity, Twin Cities, Minnesota, is probably one of the more successful chapters in the United States. I think just in the time that I've been involved there, they've done, I think they're well over building 1,000+ homes, and these homes are offered to people.
That's
who
more than a couple every year.
Yeah, that's where I think the goal with Habitat, I think it keeps going up, but I think they're looking for around 30, 32 a year. And
In
so
the
these-
Twin Cities?
Yes, in the greater Twin
Wow.
Cities is where it's from. And so it just seemed like a no-brainer to connect Habitat for Humanity with our houses. And so it just seemed like a nice someplace to put the money.
Well, and we'd like to honor your service at Department 56 with a contribution to something else that means a lot to you. So we're happy to do that,
Well, thank
and we
you.
hope you join in with that. So with that,
Yeah.
Rick, let's talk about a couple of these fun pieces that
Yeah.
when Rick was cleaning out his office, and after you've been in the same office for 25 years,
You would
have
think it was a
learned-
huge office with
It's
26 things, but they were all carefully. So we picked 5 of the things to look at, so I'm just going to start at one end and move to the other.
And we picked a few things that had some cute stories
Yeah.
with them.
So I don't know how many of you remember this piece, but this was a Snow Village Halloween, and the kids are sitting around the fire telling ghost stories. The intention was, right now it looks like the kid is drilling into a drill cup, because that's the way it was put out. I was out of the office when the samples came in, and somebody made the decision to cost cut. And this is what it should have been, where he's putting the flashlight under his chin to tell the scary stories. And again, you get the fire is heated up, lit up, and you have the flashlight doing the scary thing. And so this is the only one that we have with
And they
that
decided not to
featured-
do it because?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They made it into a drool cup. And so the idea, this is what it should have been, and I always hung on to it because I was kind of frustrated that that happened. But, you know, we move on. But when I found this one, I thought, I bet somebody would like that. And so.
So there's only one? Only
Yeah,
one?
this is the one. Adapter compatible, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that's this piece, and it's, I don't know, what number is it?
I don't remember, but they're all very clearly marked with real nice images that actually Rick and I took. We were the
Very nice.
photographers, we wrote the descriptions, we found the product. This
Yeah.
really was our project, wasn't it? Okay.
The next one, there's a guy, David Dewey, who hired me, and he was, I think he was executive VP overall, the creative at the time, and he traveled to England on a buying trip, and he brought back this print, and this is a print by an established artist in England,
let's see
and
what
he
it's-
just liked it.
It's
and-
by a guy named Alistair Howie.
Yeah. So I believe it's colored pencils maybe,
Mhm.
but a very nice piece.
Signed.
And he thought this would be inspiring something. So I had the picture, and then based on that we went with this piece. So I kind of like the combo of the artwork with the actual piece as something that we could put in.
And this was very typical. I mean, it still is typical. Somebody will find a picture of something, they'll find
Yeah.
it in a book, they'll find it online, and in this case it happened to have been a print.
Maybe-
And that's what inspired you to create something.
Yeah, maybe he wrote off his trip with it. I don't know. So, anyway, so the idea is, it's just kind of fun if you put you put your display up, maybe you frame it. Anyways, it was in my office. So
It's
someone-
nicely matted too. It's very nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having that
When
at my
was
house.
this? Do you remember?
I think it says in the description what year it's from. It's from the late '90s, early 2000s maybe.
This one, I think, is going to be. We were
The-
guessing which one is going to bring in the most attention and hopefully the most money to build homes for people deserving of home ownership. And they buy the homes, they're not given the homes.
That's true.
That's very important to remember with Habitat.
It gives them some pride and ownership.
Yeah. I think it was around, was it 2000 we came out with Graceland?
98, 99, something
Yeah.
around in there.
So we came out with Graceland, and the idea was to decorate Graceland the way Elvis decorated it. So we used all the reference material. We were working with the Graceland licensor, and if you remember the piece, it had decorated trees, like
Mhm.
plywood tree type of look. We ended up doing the pink Cadillac of Elvis's
Mhm.
Cadillac.
And the gate.
Oh yeah, we did the gate for Graceland with Elvis Presley and all the squirrely scroll work on it. And our intention was to do Elvis Presley, and they said, the licensor said, I don't know, we usually don't let people go after the likeness of Elvis. And we said, well, let's just give it a try. So we put together a ceramic art and a statue of Elvis, and they didn't think there was enough detail in the face. And so then we said, well, let's try it where we do a ceramic body, but we could do a resin head. Resin, you get a lot more detail,
Mhm.
it holds the detail. So they said, sure, you can give that a try. They said it looks good, but they still decided not to go with it because I don't know if they just didn't want to start a precedent of approving Elvis. I really don't know, it was
Yeah.
a long time ago. So in this box we have the headless Elvis,
That's the ceramic
Yeah, so that's the
model.
ceramic piece, and so it's headless Elvis waiting for his head, and then
Good for Halloween.
and then we have Elvis, and again, so this was a piece that we thought was going to be a no-brainer. So it has the resin head, and then the painted body with the
Here, let's show the two of them together.
with the snow, Snow Village glossy paint and all of that. It still was
I think
something.
it looks an awful lot like.
Yeah, we still couldn't proceed with it, but it went in my office, and now it's in the sale.
Now it's in the auction.
So
yeah.
I think this is a great piece, especially for those who've got the whole Elvis thing: the gate, the house, the pink Cadillac.
The nightclub.
Oh yeah, we did the nightclub with the red carpet coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so moving on.
That one is really cool.
Yeah, I forgot I had it.
Yeah, he was pretty excited when he brought that one to show me. He says, "What do you think of this one?" And I had never seen it before.
So I think
You just hide things in your office.
So, I think a lot of our longtime collectors will remember we did an offshoot of the North Pole. I think it was called North Pole Woods.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea behind that village is the elves come and work. The elves and the reindeer come and work at North Pole, but they go home to North Pole Woods, and they lived in trees and little fort kind of things. I thought it was a pretty cool village. One of the houses that we developed for it was the North Pole Woods root beer cellar. So that's this piece. Again, playing off of the North Woods, the tree and everything. And I believe we did come out with the St. Pauli girl
But you're gonna have to explain that one. to me.
waitress. St. Pauli girl from
If looks could
the
kill.
St. Paul, is it Brewing?
Yeah.
St. Paul, and they have the woman in a Bavarian dress. We'll leave it at that. And then we have the guys who want more beer. So it's a set of three. It's a resin piece. I don't have the original adapter for it, but it will work with a.
Oh, we've got the adapter.
Yeah, and
It's in
so
the
the
box.
adapter will be included. I think, what is that called again?
It's a Bright Lights adapter.
It works with the bright light adapter. It has the fatter jack on it. So the piece does light up. So the piece lights up. It's got the two accessories, and like Elvis and the campfire, it's a one of a kind.
And this is resin, correct?
Yep. Yeah, the North Pole Woods was all resin and sisal.
And
things like
the explanation for really why it never got into the line.
that. It was a sales slump on the concept of North Pole Woods. So this one was all ready to go, and then we made the decision not to proceed with it based on the sales, to be blunt.
Yeah.
But I liked it, so
Again, you stuck it in your drawer,
in the closet.
in the closet. Okay. Love that one.
I think that might be it for. Is there anything?
I thought we had one more. Here,
No, that's. Well, if you want to.
bring that one over. Yeah.
Okay. This is a piece from
New England.
1998. It came as a big gift set for New England, and so this is part of the gift set. So this came with the house, the figurines, all in one box. This is the actual sculpt that was done. This was sculpted in a studio in St. Paul, Tivoli Studios, that did a lot of sculpting for us over the years. And so
And Rick is gonna break it now.
so I'm taking it apart to show just what the sculptors have to do when they sculpt a piece. They have to put it together like a 3D puzzle. Let's put it on the paper, so that it can be molded properly. And so the piece, I just stuck it together with the tacky wax. And so this will be, the item will come with the piece. We'll throw in some tacky wax, and this is just a copy of the art. The original art went to the factory a long time ago. So from
But you'll get all
1990
of that.
Yeah, so you get the photocopies of the art, but the main thing is you're getting the original sculpt that was used to create this figure. So this is a wax model sculpted for porcelain, which means if you had this piece and he was standing next to it in wax, it'd be about 14–15% taller. And again, it's broken apart for production. When it's produced, all these pieces are produced in porcelain, and then they're...
So they each have a separate mold.
Yep, each have a separate mold, and each one goes back together. And this is how every piece is made, and they're put on with all the arms and all that stuff. And so this is...
And that's not something we very often have offered to collectors, so that
No,
makes
usually
it...
these go to the factory, and they go to the factory and they stay at the factory. Currently, our sculpting for figurines is done overseas, and overseas it's done in clay, which is a little more fragile when you're thinking about putting it in a box and putting it in an airplane and sending it to China. The cold can do things to the
So that's
the
why
clay.
they used wax?
Yeah, so when we do sculpting here in the U.S., we use a hard wax product so that it stays stable, because when these things go overseas, you know, it's pretty cold outside of an airplane, and the cargo area is very cold. And so by using wax, we have a stable compound that will go through the cold.
And that's houses as well as accessories?
Yeah, and again, if it was in China, you could do whatever you want because you're not dealing with the temperature changes. So anyway, so that's why it's a green jeweler's wax. So if anybody's familiar with jewelry, if they had a ring custom made, that's what this is a jeweler's wax.
Well, those are some great items that will be part of our auction, and we hope a lot of you will participate in that. And remember, all the proceeds will go to Habitat for Humanity. The auction will open in about 10 minutes, and then it will run till the end of December 14th, I think 11:59 p.m.
Yep.
And then that's Central Standard Time, and then you will be notified within a day or so who has won the highest bid, and I will be doing the picking and the packing and the getting things out, because I don't think you're probably going to be here anymore. And I hope some of you will have been wishing Rick well in this last Facebook posting. And Rick, what are you going to be doing with yourself? Are you going to be a house husband now?
I'll probably be doing stuff around the house, like taking down the shrines that my 2 adult sons left for their bedrooms, and maybe do some work on the bedrooms and things like that. It's not going to be sitting around watching YouTube.
Listening to the Beatles?
Well, I probably will do that.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Okay.
Are there any questions, or?
Anybody have any?
Someone did ask, I didn't know this, we did a Habitat for Humanity house
We
once,
did.
Yeah.
and they were wondering if you were involved with that at all.
Yes, when we started.
Very good question,
I
whoever
think
that
it
was.
That probably was around 2000, right?
Yeah. I think right after
I
you
went in
started.
to talk to my boss, David, and I was requesting the week off because I was doing the site leadership for our church. So I'm on site, and so I was asking for the week off.
Wielding a hammer and saw?
Yeah, and so he said, "Oh, what are you going to be doing?" I said, "I'm going to be working on Habitat." And he goes, "Oh yeah, you've been involved in that?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You know, we should do a house in Snow Village." I said, "Oh, that'd be great." So so we started working on the design, and so we finally got the design. We worked with Habitat. All the proceeds would go towards, no, not all the proceeds. We set an amount to go towards Habitat for this house.
I think we raised quite a bit, though.
It was a good chunk.
Yeah.
And so we got the art approved by Habitat, and then we were sending, so they were looking at the art, and they noticed that we didn't put goggles on because the accessory was somebody at a table saw. And so we had to work with the factory, and we made a little injection mold, and we made these little goggles to go over the eyes of the two people by the table saw. That's a true story. So if you have the piece, look at the people at the table saw, and you'll see where
They have little acrylic goggles on?
Yeah, they got the clear goggles on to protect. So, but yeah, that was a
See,
direct.
if you'd have said no to that, they probably would have scrapped the whole idea.
Well, they would have said take out the table saw.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Anyways.
They're also wondering, where the auction's taking place, if you can confirm that it's on our
Okay,
website.
okay.
Logging in.
Yep,
to your
okay,
account,
so the
stuff like that.
question that Rebecca got was exactly where is this auction taking place? There will be a link posted on our Facebook page at 4:30, and then on our website at 4:30, not before then, so, you know, if you're looking there now, it's not there yet. So at 4:30, on the homepage, Rebecca, of the
Yep,
website,
there'll be a homepage linking.
a homepage linking to each of the 26 items that will be available for you to bid on for this really worthy cause.
They'll need an account to place bids.
They'll need an account.
Yeah, they'll just need to make sure either log into their account or have an account on our D56
Oh, on the
website.
D56
Yeah,
website?
on the D56
Okay.
website,
Facilitate the
they need to be
pay.
logged in, and that's what will let them place a bid. If they're not logged in, they can't place a bid.
Okay, should I repeat that?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know
Yeah,
if I talked that
so
much.
they have, you have to, it's not, you have to have
Set up an account.
set up an account, like you would be, like anyone who has purchased through the Department 56 website, you have an account.
Mhm.
So if you've never purchased anything through the Department 56 website, the payment system will all go through the same system that we use for our parts orders, and if you order any whole product online. And just set that up prior to going into the site, and that way you don't have to go back out and set up an account and then go back in and place your bid. So that'll save you a step in doing that. So that will be just a few minutes from now, that'll go up, and it will stay up until 11:59 p.m. on December 14th, and we hope to get a lot of action on our site so that we can get a nice check ready for Rick to present to Habitat for Humanity.
Printed out big.
Printed out big.
And like
Are we
like
actually printing it out? Did we
Oh.
decide that?
a sweepstakes type size.
Well, we'll see what we can do. I think we'll do something really nice so that Rick will have a
Or
nice
just a nice
check.
envelope.
In a nice envelope, okay,
Mhm.
all right, sounds good. Rick, we're gonna miss you terribly. Everybody here in the office especially, and I know the collectors who have had an opportunity to meet you over the years will miss you as well. And in one of the first Facebook Lives in the new year, we'll have an opportunity for everyone to meet Tim Haney, who is our new leader in charge here at Department 56. So with that, let's say Merry Christmas. Thank you, Rick, for
Thank you.
25 years, and I made it without crying.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Bye.